Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is Local Chat, episode 222. I'm your host, Will Crosby. Welcome to Video Games. We were just reminiscing. We, as in one Ian Gibson.
Hello, everybody. Hey, happy Thursday. It's 5 o'clock where David lives.
And David's here from Save Data.
Hello, I am here, yes.
We were just reminiscing about Battlefield because we're hyped for 6. Nothing can tear down the hype. It's gonna 10 out of 10 game of the year. We're actually deciding that right now. Nothing will turn us away from it. No, but we were reminiscing about old Battlefield games, and 1943 was a game that I played, and it was one of the first times where it's like where I like felt myself becoming good at a video game. Where like you were having matches where you were just like dominating and having a great time.
Yeah,
I loved Battlefield 2 for me as well.
I loved 1943 had that mode. I forget what it was called, but it was just planes versus planes, which was so great because in every other Battlefield game, you had to fight your own teammates to get in a plane, and when you did, you then had to deal with everybody else on the other team being much better at planes or anti-air. So it was such a pain in the ass learning planes in a Battlefield game, but in 1943, just having it be only a plane versus plane mode made it much easier for you to just be like, I want to fly a plane, I'll hop in this mode, I'm in a plane, I'll get used to it, I'll get better at it.
Yeah. It was very, it was funny, they kind of embraced the arcadiness of it, like the art style was a little arcadey. Did that game have like bayonets? Was that a thing? I feel like it was.
It may have been just like the melee button, but I don't think it was like attached bayonets.
But yeah, something about like it was because they did it in the Pacific Theater, so it was like, hey, the map's just an island. Like here's an island. There's two like aircraft carriers for either side, and like go after it. It was pretty great.
Oh, please bring Wake Island back, Battlefield 6, please. It doesn't make any sense, but please bring it back.
Yeah. I can't believe you just called Iwo Jima just an island, you piece of shit.
No, I'm saying the map was just an island. They didn't model
Show some respect for Mount Suribachi, okay? Thank you for your service.
Listen, when we deciphered the cryptogram and shot down Yamamoto, and we had to pretend that we did it by accident, they totally believed us.
I know.
It's like a huge plot point in the book I'm reading right now, and I was like, I need to share this fact as much as possible because it's pretty awesome.
I know. It's great. Yeah. It's awesome. Idiots didn't know we had broke the code years. The entire fucking war we had their code. Idiots. We're just teabagging the Japanese in World War II. 80 years later. Fucking morons. We'll fight to the last man. How did that work out?
Jesus Christ. So where are you going at the end of September, Ian?
I like this bit that we're just like, we're like sports pros, but we're like,
you're dunking on the losers of World War.
Talking historical movements. Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald, why don't you just jump from the Sorry, that's the wrong one. How about John Wilkes Booth? Yeah, just jump from the balcony afterwards, you fucking idiot. How's your leg?
Your brother's the better actor.
God. Yeah, your brother's the better actor.
Fucking idiot. Oh, fuck. Anyways, that concludes the requisite chit-chat section. Oh, no, it doesn't. There's a late edition. David, moving sucks.
Moving does suck. Yeah, I know you moved a long distance, not recently, but a while ago. Sucks, doesn't it?
I've moved a lot in my life. But yeah, I mean, I moved Maryland to Baltimore. Honestly, it kind of sucked, but I'm anxious enough that I was preparing like months in advance. So it wasn't too
that's
terrible.
Also what I was doing. But yeah, I'm moving up to the Seattle area from SoCal next week.
How?
So that'll be fun.
How? Because I would love to live in Seattle, except for the fucking crazy prices.
Hey, you know what's more expensive than Seattle? Southern
really
California.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
Man. Hey, I'm sure you like it over there, but what if you just don't live anywhere on that West Coast anymore, David, because of the prices being insane?
I mean, I'll be fine in Seattle. It's
yeah.
Also, they don't have like
That's
state
fair.
income tax, so like I'll be doing great. You know,
Washington doesn't have state income tax?
no,
Damn,
it's great.
So that's another
It's like another 10% of my paycheck.
I was about to say, because the same thing happened to me going from Maryland to Florida. Oh, no state income tax, so I got another 6%, which was great. But for you, it's even more.
It's like no state income tax. Sales tax is like 1% higher because California's is already pretty high. And then, but not everyone. What a lot of people do to cheat the system is when they make big purchases, they just drive 2 hours down to Oregon, buy it there, and then bring it back up to Washington if they're buying something expensive.
That's like in Massachusetts.
You can't do it with car, because like cars, they'll get you when you go to register. It'll be like,
yes,
you bought this in Oregon within the past however many years. No. You got to pay taxes on this.
I'm jealous though. Seattle's great. Like genuinely, I would love to live there. I just couldn't stomach the cost of living. That's all. But yeah, it's fantastic up there.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. So I'm excited. I got approved to work remotely, so I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm gonna work remotely.
Hell
which
yeah,
will be very cool.
It's good.
But I've been like trying to do that for 2 months, and it took them 2 months to approve it. So that was cool. So I didn't find out I was actually doing it until like 2 weeks ago. So it's been like a mad dash to get all the things done.
I don't mean to
get a
rush
lease signed, get movers booked.
Hey boss, you either need to approve my remote work or approve this 2 weeks notice. Hey, your choice, buddy.
Oh, my boss approved it instantly, but there's like 7 layers of approvals I had to go through.
Fuck that.
So
how are you doing the move? Are you renting a U-Haul and driving up?
No, so renting a U-Haul and driving that far was gonna be like
a lot,
2/3 the price of having movers just do it. So I'm just having
the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm having movers just do all the furniture and boxes and stuff. I'm packing, so like I'm saving money by not packing stuff for me. They're gonna do all the moving, and then I'm gonna drive up my car.
Gotcha. Nice. So I did pretty much that, but I just had the movers load the U-Haul, and then I drove the U-Haul.
My roommate did that when he moved out here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will tell you though, the U-Haul was expensive. I think it was like $2,200 to rent it, a 20-footer from Maryland down to Florida. But I will tell you, driving that 20-foot U-Haul on 95 for like 12 hours, I still think about it. It was so much fun just being a fucking truck driver. It was great.
I did not expect
it because I was anxious about it. But within like 20 minutes, I was like, this is fucking cool.
I mean, once you're on a highway, in the back, it's just like sit back, relax.
Yeah.
Like I think I don't like driving bigger vehicles just because I don't have a great spatial sense, so I love my tiny little car. And I would drive anything on a highway. Like I'd be a bus driver if it was just the highways and someone else exits.
Are you driving that in LA highways?
Oh, that's true.
That's a little different too.
That's fair. But I did find, so the interesting thing was, so when you're in a car and you're like trying to turn somewhere or merge somewhere, right? You either like speed up to get to a gap or you slow down to be in a gap, right? When you're in a truck, you get to be a little bit more dictatorial in your driving because you don't have to wait for a gap big enough for you to accelerate into it. You just need to give the other people enough time to slow down when you pull in front of them. Because if you wait for a gap big enough for you to accelerate, you're never going to make it. So you literally just pull out in front of people all the time and you're like, I'm here now. You have plenty of time to brake, and this is fucking how it's going to be. And that's
just how great, everyone honestly drives here, regardless of the vehicle. That's true. So it's not just every car is doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's fair.
Cool. You're just going to merge. All right. No turn signal. Cool. Thanks. Yeah. LA is known for like, you will have better luck merging without a turn signal than with one, because as soon as they know you're going to merge, they fill the gap. And they're like, no, this is my exit.
Fucking hate when people do that. It's funny because I was when I went to Jersey for the Switch launch, I was driving and Will was there. And Will, you probably noticed this. I'm slowly becoming a Florida driver. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is that in Florida, especially in Jacksonville, there's barely any traffic and everybody's pretty considerate, sometimes to a fault. So you never have to be aggressive driving, because if there's not a gap, wait 5 seconds, there's a gap. Put your turn signal on, they'll slow down for you and you get over. And so being in Jersey, I would sit there and there would be a gap I could make if I pinned the pedal to the floor, but I wouldn't go. And Will would be like, you could have made that. And I'm like, yeah, but there'll be another one, you know? So I've become kind of a calm driver because of driving in Florida. And I'm kind of okay with it because I'm like, it's a little jarring going somewhere like Jersey where people are not as considerate, but it's also like, I'm less stressed all the time. I don't have to treat every gap where it's like, am I going to fucking make it? It's just like, no, I'll be fine. It's okay.
Also,
turns out Florida driving's good.
That car you rented, you put your foot to the floor and it just, the RPMs went up and the car went nowhere.
It struggled.
It was so weird.
It was bad. Yeah.
What kind of car was it? Out them on stream. Who was it?
I can't even remember. It was a Hyundai, but it was like, it was their smallest little tiny hatchback Hyundai.
But the sound it made sounded like something was wrong.
It was a CVT. It was like very low horsepower plus a CVT means the 0 to 60 was probably close to like 10 seconds. So it was like trying to go off the line. It was just like, I don't like this. It just didn't want to do it.
This isn't fun.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with your move.
That's exciting. Shut the fuck up, Will. I already said that. Is new space better? Any new like potential exciting things like new office? Like, are you excited about?
I'm getting a 2-bedroom instead of sharing a place. So I'm gonna have a home office that I'll be doing work stuff in.
Nice.
And then I'll have a separate desk for the non-work thing, so that my brain can actually turn that side of itself off when I'm not on the clock anymore.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice instead of my desk being right next to my bed and where I play games. It'll be like, okay, now they're in separate spaces. Yeah,
you're basically getting 2 extra spaces because you'll have the second bedroom and you'll have a living room that
is dedicated instead of shared with like roommates and stuff.
So
that'll be nice.
Yeah, I enjoy that, man.
It'll be
that
very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be nice, and I won't have to travel for PAX anymore, so that'll be cool.
I was just about to say, so you're going to PAX Prime this year?
Yeah. I had to cancel my flights because I bought it before I knew I was moving, so I booked everything, and then I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm moving. I need to go cancel all this.
Yeah. Because Will and I talked about planning to go this year, but I think just because of all the stuff going on and et cetera, it's just not going to happen. But I think next year we should totally try and make it. I've always wanted to go to PAX Prime.
Might be able to chill on my couch and then not have to pay anything.
Yeah, Ian and I can fit on the couch together.
What's what part of Seattle are you staying in? Like what neighborhood or area?
I'll be east of Seattle in like the Bellevue, Redmond area.
Nice.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're not too far from it. Okay.
Yeah, closer to all the nature. It's mainly why I'm going, but closer to the nature stuff.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Enjoy that.
And now you can watch Frasier. You're just gonna be Frasier.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've literally never seen a single episode of
Frasier.
Frasier.
It's so good. It's one of the best
recently.
TV shows.
It's good.
Tossed salad, scrambled eggs. It's great. Well, good luck and have fun. I can't imagine moving that far. I've moved 3 times, but it's all within Jersey, and we've done multiple trips. So,
it's a 18 to 20 hour drive solo with a cat, so that'll be fun.
Hell yeah!
And he hates the car,
Coast is.
So that'll suck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need to go
one
into his
shot?
brain and then calm him down in the brain. In Raz's brain.
I'll get right on. I mean, his name is Raz. Yeah.
I know.
Hey, top tip. This happened just when we moved because we did it in 2 days. We stopped at a hotel. We had the 2 cats with us. They were in the hotel room. We let them out. They're running around, right? The next morning, you got to get that cat in the carrier without them knowing what's going on because one of our cats figured out what was going on and they climbed under the hotel bed in the back. So we had to lift the fucking hotel bed and like climb back under this dirty ass hotel bed to grab the cat. So just a top tip there.
Raz is very food motivated, so I don't think I'll have too many problems. I'll just shake some treats and he'll be like, "What's up? I don't care.
What do you mean? What's going on? Where am I going?
I'll do anything for a treat, please."
What's the deal?
It is very different. Like when I moved out to California from Ohio, I like moved with 2 days notice basically and just like packed all the stuff in my Camry and drove out. Now I'm like, I have so many things now. Like I can't do that anymore.
Yep.
Like 10 years removed. I'm like, I
think this is becoming our forever home because every now and then I go, I would not know how to move because I've just bought so much random shit and stuffed it everywhere in this house.
Well, the worst part is this new apartment is basically like 4 times as big as our old apartment. So now it's like, oh, we need to get like
space to put shit.
We need to get some furniture like in this bedroom, or like we need to hang photos in the stairwell and stuff to like cut down on noise. And it's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta start looking for
Yeah, now
furniture.
you're responsible for more space, more cleaning, more maintenance.
Cleaning?
Well, you probably don't do too much maintenance, but yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. We just stopped cleaning.
Yeah, well, it cleans itself. It's
like,
a
fuck it.
smart
Hey,
house.
if you never invite people over, you never have to clean. That's the secret.
It's true. It's just never flush.
It's not a joke.
You know, it just piles up. Great. Speaking of piling up, I've been piling up this week with some video games. That's right, folks, video games. I've been on a tear with a video game called Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends. This is an RTS from Big Huge Games, and game designer, God, what is his name? I have it here somewhere. Brian Reynolds, who also designed Civilization 2, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, and Frontiersville, which was a Farmville Zynga spinoff, which seems neat. It's based off their Rise of Nations game, which was like realistic RTS 4X, not RTS 4X, I guess technically, because it has a part of there is a like strategic map
4X
part of
really?
of it. It's not very much 4X, but it, I guess, if you consider that.
Is it like closer to like a Total War thing?
Yeah, I was just
where
gonna
there
say
is a strategic map. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Rome Total War is my touchstone for that series. It's fictionalized, like steampunk Victorian a little bit. There's 3 campaigns. I did the first one, which was you're like this kid named Yakumo, and his country gets attacked and his father's killed, and then you're going to attack the Doge of Venucci, and you're like working across the strategic map, taking points, capturing cities, bulking up those cities. You're getting research points to research new technologies, upgrading your heroes' abilities, and then you can spend like army points to choose to have troops for when you start a mission. Like you have troops with you already. Once you're in those missions, most of them are like, I would say 50%, not most, 50% of them are, here's a generic thing where it's like, go here to defend this, or go attack and take this from the enemy. And the other 50% are more crafted levels, like here's a prison break, we're going to get rid of the Doge's like apocalyptic weapon, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. All of them are voiced and have like intros and stuff. It's just like the design of them is a little less complicated versus the more linear ones. And it's been great so far. I finished the first campaign. I'm about halfway through the second one, which is like Middle Eastern Arabian Nights. And you're fighting these Dark Aline, who are like these glass nighttime scary people. And it's fun. It's really good. The voice acting's very funny and not good at all. And the animation's pretty funny as well. But overall, as someone who hasn't played a ton of RTSs in his lifetime, or at least not at an age where I understood what RTSs were other than making a ton of troops and making them all attack the other city, it's great. Setting up cities, putting districts down, doing trade between them, and kind of like being like, oh, if I do this, like this is why people play this competitively. Like RTSs do things very quickly because you can get ahead very quickly. Yeah. And I'm at the point in the second campaign where I've been like every time build up my troops and just destroy the enemy, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should up the difficulty on this, because every time you start a mission it asks you the difficulty, and I'm like, maybe I should go up from moderate to the next one.
That's interesting. They do that every single mission too. That's a good touch.
It's cool. It does that every single mission, and it also is like, hey, you have points left over. Like you know, Maggie's mad. You don't have to. How dare you? You don't have to spend them, but you. It's like just telling you that you have them and could spend them if you wanted to, which is very nice. Hi, Maggie.
Oh, kitty.
Damn. Did she watch Forrest Gump again? Is that what happened?
No, she doesn't like it when I make rice and I put a little salt in it before it cooks.
That's
which is
gross. I don't know why you would do that.
No, it's totally fine. I only do it occasionally, just when I don't want the race to be too plain. But she's just
when you want Maggie to be mad at you. That's you literally didn't have any other reason other than that.
No, I do like it. That's sometimes
you could put the salt on after.
No, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same if it doesn't cook in it.
Oh my god.
It's like pasta. You know, you salt the water when you cook pasta.
Yeah, but you drain the water.
Yeah, but the pasta absorbs some of it through diffusion.
Yeah.
No. But it's not this. Shut the
I
don't
do
turn
that
this
on
into a pasta
occasion
fight
as well.
because I agree with the pasta one. I don't agree with the rice. Anyways,
I do it on
You ever
occasion.
eat yellow rice? You ever eat like yellow rice? Guess what it is? They put a bunch of shit in it when it was cooking to make it a flavorful.
I know about. I'm okay. I am not against putting things in rice while it's cooking. I just find salt a weird thing to put in. That's all.
I put salt in when the thing that's going with the rice isn't going to
Be salty.
like be saucy and provide salt to the rice.
Yeah.
That's when I add it to it.
That's kind of what I do because it's basically it was salmon, asparagus, and rice, and the rice was
I guess
going to be completely unseasoned. So I'm like, let me put a little salt in that, and then the salmon has seasoning,
Okay.
but there's not juices that are going to drip into the rice. So
I like plain rice, so I guess that's why. But I will say
plain rice is fine.
we
90% of the time is plain rice, but when I'm cooking a meal and I don't even know if she's going to eat it, I'll put a little salt in the rice.
we have those. They're like little uncooked sausages we pop in with the rice sometimes. Those are pretty freaking sweet. I like those. Anyways, Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends is really fun. I've been doing like 2 or 3 missions every day, and having fun playing RTSs. I need to choose what RTS I'm going to play next because I went a little overboard and was like, oh, I should install a bunch of RTSs and play them. And then I was like, oh, these are longer games. I shouldn't do that. So
You're all
I've been
pretty
thinking
long.
about
yeah.
I've been thinking about finally playing Star Wars Empire at War because I somehow completely skipped that one, and I've heard it's good.
completely
Empire
skipped
War,
that, yeah.
I played a little bit of, again, at an age where I didn't know what 4X was. But Galactic Battlegrounds, I also played a lot of, which is a RTS.
I played that, yeah. That was really fun. That's basically Edge of Empires, but Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds 1 and 2.
Wars.
Yeah. You can also try playing one of my favorite RTSs, World in Conflict, which was basically
that game was
Soviet Union
good,
invades
yeah.
the US in the 80s. It's so fucking good. It had great multiplayer too.
I actually
Conflict,
found
came out and no one cared about it, but it was good.
They should have. It was so
It was a
good.
game.
I loved it.
I haven't thought about that game in years. Thank you, Ian.
It's so good.
it's only $10. Oh wait, I love when this happens.
You own it?
I just clicked on GOG. I was like, oh, it's only $10. It says buy as a gift. I own it already, so I'll install that. So I found a list online of like the best strategy games ever, and it was one of those lists that is like this strategy forum that's still around, like did a user vote. So like that's when you know it's like the real shit.
It's the good stuff.
Which recommended I abbreviated all of these, which is a mistake.
First one's
on-
Company of Heroes.
I know it's Company of
Yeah.
Heroes.
Company of Heroes is good, but I'm curious, David, if you ever got into it, because I've tried it multiple times, and there's something about the way that it plays, I just could never. I never could get
got
into it.
really into the single player campaign, and then I hit a game breaking bug that would have required me to start over completely, and then I never picked it up again.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
I got like a bug where I could not finish a mission, and I didn't have like previous saves. Like I hadn't been like making extra save files, and it was just like. And other people were like, try uninstalling, reinstalling, and then downloading your Steam save, and I did that, and I still had the bug, and I was like, well, that's it, I'm good. And then I never picked it up again. But I enjoyed what I played, and up until that point.
Yeah.
Games I also have that aren't on this list. I played a bunch of Warcraft 3 last year. I beat that first campaign in that, and then when I swapped to Windows 11, it deleted my save, and I didn't go back because I didn't feel like replaying Arthas's campaign again. Which I guess I could just find a save that has everything unlocked, but I didn't do that. StarCraft 1 earlier this year, I played a bunch of missions of that. That was pretty fun. I don't think I need to go back to that either. It's StarCraft 1. It's still pretty good. I have Warcraft 1 and 2 also installed. Haven't touched those.
The original or the remasters?
The remasters. Warcraft 3, I played the original, not the Reforged.
Yeah. The remaster is good now, so
Oh, is it? Okay, maybe I'll download
It's been fixed. Yeah, it's been fixed.
And then StarCraft 2, I played when it came out. I never beat the campaign or anything, so I've thought about that's a potential going back for. But I feel like I'm still in the broadening my horizons situation right now.
You got to figure out which strategy niche you want.
Yeah.
Pure RTS, pure 4X, realistic. There's another one I want to recommend, which is called the Men of War series. I think it's like Faces of War, Men of War, etc.
Boys of
But
War.
it's a World War II one, but it's really about like unit by unit control. So kind of like Company of Heroes. But what makes it unique is that any unit, you can click on a unit and hold down, I think it's the control button, and you take direct control of them. So you don't switch into first person, but if like there's a guy behind a wall, you select him, hit control, and then you'll see a red line on where he's shooting. So you can quickly take control of him and be like, shoot that directly. But it's pretty brutal in difficulty. You know, like if you have guys sprinting out of cover, they're gonna get blown away pretty quickly. But it's a very good World War II.
It's $5 on Steam. There's a free demo, $5 on Steam, or for $116, I could get the Men of War Classic bundle.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd have to look into it because I know they did like 6 or 7 games and they're still coming out with a new one. So I don't know which one's the best one because I haven't played in like 10 years. But yeah, those are interesting and good.
Gotcha. Other games, and we don't have to talk about all these, that I just had because people recommended them, is Homeworld Deserts of Karak. Is that what it is?
Really?
I haven't played it, but I've heard really good things about that.
The 2016 one, people really recommended.
Yeah. Because Homeworld 1 and 2 are very good. Even I even enjoyed 3. I just remember I don't want to say people didn't like Deserts. I think it just didn't pop because it wasn't.
I think people didn't like it because
that was the thing.
That was exactly what I was gonna say, because it wasn't 3D space. Here's a Might and Magic 3 I only put on here because I have a weird fascination with the Heroes of Might and Magic video games, and I really enjoy them. And I have no idea how to play them despite having infinite nostalgia for them. And they're really fun. I watch, actually, one of the relaxing things I watch is there's this YouTuber, it's like Norvaro or something like that, and he plays like impossible difficulty runs of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 with like, I'm gonna do skeletons only, but I'm not gonna use this buff for skeletons because I feel like that's a little bit cheating, so I'm gonna exclude that buff for the skeleton. And then like, so like he also talks through what he is doing every single minute of it. So it's just like this fascination of like, I'm going to go here, but I could go here. I'm going to do this fight and have the computer do the fight, but I can do better than the computer. And he's just like talking through it the whole time. So you're like, it's in the sense of, I assume, watching a lot of any sport or anything where it's like, you know, a ton about the sport. So you couldn't play it that well, but you could be like, oh, I see why he's doing that because X, Y, and Z. It's very relaxing. Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 people recommended, which is on EA Play for free.
I am kind of surprised 3 was recommended. Yeah,
3 was recommended because it also came out on consoles. So people were recommending it because a lot of people played it on console and a lot of people played it on PC. So people were just like,
who the fuck is recommending a console RTS?
I heard it played decently on console.
I don't think the people were playing it on console who recommended it, but when I was looking up stuff about it, the wider reach of it. I played Battlefield Middle Earth 2 on console, and that played really well.
I just I kind of skipped over Red Alerts because my entry point to the series was Command and Conquer Generals and 0 Hour.
That one was also, and Generals was good too.
Yeah. And for me, this may be a bit, I wouldn't call it selfish, but my anecdotal is, I think Red Alert is too hard to go back to, whereas Generals and 0 Hour is just modern enough that you can go back to it. Like I tried to play Red Alert a couple years ago, and I was like,
if you can do Warcraft 1 or 2, you can do Red Alert.
Oh, I can't do that.
See,
I'm just saying for Will.
I can do that. Basically every Command and Conquer is
Red
on
Alert 2, though.
Red Alert 2. Okay. Basically every Command and Conquer is on EA Play. Which is weird because it doesn't surface itself. You have to go to like their library.
But is that the new one? Is that the new collection? Because they came out with a new collection a couple years ago.
There's the remaster that came out, but it's weird. It's on EA Play, but it doesn't surface in Game Pass. You have to go into the EA Play app to go find Command and Conquer. And then the last one I have is Iron Harvest. People say got pretty good.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that's good.
And I have.
We played that's based off Scythe, and we played Scythe, the board game, which is good. Yeah. So
Scythe is very good. So yeah, that's I've mostly been playing.
Check out Total War again if you aren't.
I played Rome a lot. Again, not understanding it. No, I think the first one, because that History Channel TV show came out that used it.
Yes.
And I remember being like, that's fucking
hell
awesome.
Yeah, brother. Well, you also played Napoleon recently, didn't you?
Oh, I did play Napoleon recently. And I don't know if I like the more... I think I prefer the unrealism of an actual RTS than the battle formations of the if I were to play a Rome or a Total War, a Total War and stuff like that, I'd almost want just the 4X side and not the in-game battle side, which you can do.
When I play Total War, I pretty much treat it as a 4X unless the battle's super lopsided against myself, and then I'll hop in and be like, all right, let's see if I can.
That's kind of like how I played Mountain Blade, where it's like, oh, these losses are too much. Let me just go in and couch lance everyone.
Let me hop in
and win. Okay, well, thank you for all the recommendations. Yeah, I'll look up the Men of War, Total War. I'll give it a try again. You said Generals as well, so I'll look at that. Sweet. The only other game I've been playing is I started up Grand Theft Auto 4, and I've been playing through that. And my girlfriend betrayed me, and I'm very upset about it. Michelle. And spoilers for
in the
Grand Theft Auto 4.
I was like, you're married. What?
How far are you in the game? Have you unlocked Algonquin yet?
Yeah, I just unlocked Algonquin. I was doing some quests, and then I stole some cocaine and went to go deliver it. And my girlfriend reveals that she's an FBI asset who's been watching me. I'm like,
I forgot about that.
You bitch. Yeah. You bitch. We had sex on every single date, you bitch.
Did you?
Yeah, it's great.
Jeez.
No, it's super fun. I forgot how impossible it is to drive cars in that game. It is literally.
It's kind of nice though.
It's awesome because you can't go fast. You have to drive like a normal person, and it's awful because every open world game with a vehicle, I just hold down the go button and it lets me go. Where in this game, you have to feather it and actually use it like a pedal. And it's awful and great. And then oh god, what's his name? He's the Jamaican drug dealer that you become friends with, Little Jacob, and his partner Badman, who have the thickest Jamaican accents. And I know they're doing it on purpose because it's really funny, because they'll cut to Nico when they've obviously said something to them, and he'll half smile and be like, yeah, okay, because all of the subtitles are in the accent as well. They're not subtitled properly, for you to understand.
That's a good joke.
So it is such a funny joke of being I kind of understand what these guys are saying, but it's exactly what Nico's feeling as well, and you don't even get the reassurance. Because I turned subtitles on because I couldn't understand them, and I just went, "Oh, fuck you, Rockstar." That's a good thing. And there's just shit on the radio and stuff people have been saying in game, characters saying in game, that is so funny, and I just it's just so fucking funny, and I'm losing it. And a lot of stuff still applies today. They also say a lot of words that I don't think you could say today as well. I don't think are going to be in GTA 6.
Which ones?
Let me count them off. But overall...
Did they say the C word? Did they say clanker?
Yeah, they say clanker. Man, Ratchet and Clank, that's going to have to get censored. Ratchet and...
Whoa!
Whoa! You can't say that. But it's fun. It looks like absolute dog shit on the Xbox, but I don't want to play on my PC. But we came up with a good stream idea soon, so for a Tuesday.
Yep.
So we'll be looking at that. And then Ian and I have been playing Resident Evil 5 co-op. We're hopefully going to finish it tomorrow. I won't talk about any of it because we're going to have a debrief tomorrow. The only thing I want to talk about is we fought a boss for what seemed like 45 minutes, only to Google that
it was probably a solid 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Only
we did
to
not die.
Google
We were just kept fighting.
the fire damage in the video game is tied to the FPS of the video game, and if you play the game in 60 FPS, you cannot kill the boss.
So they're just taking damage, but they never die. And it was like,
and we were like, we had so many, like, it's like all the math equations going by, like so many theories on like, oh, we got to break all these test tubes around the room because that'll damage him.
No.
Yep.
FPS is just too high.
And we literally bought the rocket launcher, which is the one-hit boss kill, loaded back into the game before it even got a word out on the like cutscene. I shot it and it immediately ended the boss fight. It's just like, what the fuck?
Thank goodness for that.
Oh, yeah. I should make a YouTube short and like fast forward the beginning and then cut forward.
Oh yeah, no, you should.
Fuck that boss. The Ouroboros. It's our favorite thing to say now in that game. Anyways, those are the games I've been playing. There's another game I've been playing, but I'm going to wait to talk about it later. And by later, I mean right now. David, what games you've been playing? I don't want to go to Ian. We don't want to go there.
Oh, we'll get there.
You wrote a slur down that he played.
Jesus. I've only been playing a couple games. First one is the Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't know. I know, Will, you have played it. I don't know, Ian, if you've played it at all.
I played an hour and a half of it, and for some reason, I cannot convince myself to go pick it back up. There's nothing wrong with the game. I don't hate it. I'm just struggling to find the motivation to go back to it. I don't know what's going on. That's my excuse.
I enjoyed it. It did feel like it fell short in a lot of ways for me, and I did finish it. Like I got on. It felt like hi Raz. It felt like they were just trying to give so much instant gratification with how many fucking bananas there were in this game.
Yeah.
That it made all of them feel pointless to me, minus like a couple. And that really drug it down. Like I'm hitting the sonar all the time just to see where stuff is, because some of the bananas are literally just buried under the ground.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then some of them that had interesting ways to get to them, because I'm trying to find the ones that are buried in the just fucking buried in the ground. I'll like dig and find the banana and I'll be like, cool. And then I'll look to the right and be like, there was a whole cool thing to get to here. But I dug through the ground because I used sonar to find the bananas. Deprive myself of the fun part because the game let me do that. All right.
Yep.
Cool. But I still enjoyed it. It just fell flat compared to my expectations for like a Mario Odyssey team game. Like,
yeah.
I think Mario Odyssey had too many moons, and they were like, what if we doubled that and made them bananas? And I was like, I don't know that you needed to do that, dog. Some of the stuff was cool. Destruction was awesome. Can't believe that thing ran on a Switch 2. It only struggled in 2 sections for me, which were 2 specific boss fights. But other than that, Switch 2 had no issues running the game with like a crazy amount of destruction and like malleable terrain and all that jazz. Boss fights were too easy, minus like the last one too.
The last one pissed me off so much.
Yeah, that's
I was kind of okay with the boss fights, because it's like, hey, here's a boss fight. It's doing a thing. You learn the thing. You did it. Let's move on. You know, I almost prefer more boss fights, but they're that level of difficulty versus like, here's something you're going to sweat on for a while.
I just wish there was progression with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't feel really like progress. There was progression until the last phases.
One.
Yeah.
Like the last one was like, oh, now I have to use my brain for the first time this entire game. And the section leading up to the last boss too was like, oh, if like more of the game did this game would be a 10 out of 10. But you didn't, so it's like a 7.
There was also stuff in that last boss fight where they were like, earlier in the game, it felt like they're like, remember we showed you this and now this boss is doing that, but they never showed you it, and the boss was just doing things that you had to figure out on the fly, and it was like, it's like, why?
I was fine with that, except for how long the boss took. At least took me.
Yeah, it took me. I think I finally actually died on that boss fight. I think I had to start it over.
Yeah, I got close,
which was annoying.
But yeah, like mild, not story or anything spoilers, like mild mechanical spoilers. The forms that they showed in like the direct are on their own not that great for the most part. There were 2 that I liked the one that with the suction stuff. That one was fun. That was definitely my favorite. The one after that, I wish didn't exist in the game at all.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That felt terrible to use. And every time the game made me use it, I'm like, please stop. But like the last level does this thing where like none of the previous ones did, where they actually build on all these forms you have, make you swap between them. And like you're in the middle of jumping and you see a thing coming, you're like, oh, I have a tool for that. That's on Big Kong Bonanza, so I'm gonna switch from Zebra to that and do this thing, and like actually combo these things together to do interesting things, which they didn't do the entire fucking game until the last 30 minutes. And I was just like, if you did a bunch of this, because that was really fun, if you did that, I would be enjoying the game a lot. And I'm not. It's just okay. And even like I did some of the post game stuff, and like I was like, maybe they'll do more of it in the post game. So I started the post game, and they're like, do these 10 bananas with Big Kong Bonanza, and I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm good. I wanted to do more of the cool thing, and you just undid it. I'm all right.
So it's not like the difficult, challenging, high tier stuff is in the end game.
There might be eventually. There was just. Like I did the Big Kong one, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do more, but like it's more of just doing kind of the same stuff, and it was more challenging. Like the post game for those was more challenging, but
I don't think the platforming in this game is very good at all.
I would not call this game a 3D platformer. Period. It's
exactly,
not.
and I've been thinking about this all week, and I was gonna come in here and say, I don't think Donkey Kong Bonanza is like I would call a platformer. Well, it's like a destruction game. Because the platforming, there's like, it feels like they made 2 video games and put them together, and then they were like, oh, we like the destruction one a little bit more, and just continue designing that side of it, and didn't undesign the platforming levels someone had already laid out. Like, it's not like Mario Odyssey or any 3D Mario where it's like that is the focus of the game. And you were saying this too, Ian, where you just keep getting distracted with the destructibility, so by the time you want to go back to platforming, it's just like, oh, should I reset the level because I have no fucking clue what anything's supposed to be. Oh wait, I don't need to, let me just fly over there because I can just fly over there now, or let me like just jump up over
like
here.
I felt like all the areas that had platforming, the powers that you got were specifically to not platform anymore.
Yeah,
in a lot of places.
Yes.
And I'm just like, this is kind of this kind of sucks.
It feels like it feels like, you know, contrasting this game with something like Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom gives you a lot of dev tools essentially as your power, but they built the game around those dev tools, right? So it's like teaching you how to use them in concert with each other, you know, solve different shrines and puzzles, etc. Whereas Donkey Kong Bonanza, like you're saying, it's 2 different games. They built a platformer and then they were like, fuck it, you can destroy everything. And it doesn't feel like they did a good job of actually incorporating the destruction into the actual flow of the game.
Yeah, the destruction, like, yeah, the platforming stuff's not fun or well designed. All the destruction stuff, I think, is super fun. It is fun to destroy a level. I agree with you,
old, but it's fun.
Yeah, I agree with you with the bananas. Like 10, not 10, maybe 30% of them feel unique and cool to find. And the other 70% is like
10's closer to accurate for me.
Like
I think aren't there 900 bananas in the game or something like that? The number's insane.
It's encroaching on Donkey Kong 64 levels of absurd collectibles. It's not quite there. There's not 4 different characters you have to change to collect certain collectibles, but it is, by volume, it is up there to the point where you're just like, oh, a banana. oh, I found a banana. Like it didn't. It isn't fun. And then my only other gripe, I thought the story was pretty neat. I think the ending stuff should have been revealed way earlier, and they could have played it out a lot better. I know we were talking about that on the Discord. And then it felt like the whole ending, they were just like, oh, but it's Donkey Kong. Like they like forgot they were making a game about Donkey Kong. And they're like, but we need to put all this stuff in Donkey Kong. And there's an interstitial level in the middle of the whole game where it feels like they did that again. Where it's like, oh, we got to make sure Donkey Kong characters are here. And it's just like, bro, like you had a lame, pretty lame villain, but to do this right at the end with all this stuff and like,
I do kind of like the Void Company thematically, at least.
Yeah,
like, I enjoyed them.
But to then further supplant the thing that was kind of cool to be like, I remember this. Like now you're in at the 12th hour is like, or 11th hour is like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I
still
don't know how you
cool.
feel about this, Will. I'm flabbergasted that this game is getting like 10s from other people. I was like, wait, what?
It feels like preview 10s to me. Like the first like 6 hours of this game are fun, and so you're just like hyped about like, oh man, this game is a 10. What if it's like this through the whole game? And then it doesn't do the iteration, it doesn't do X, Y, and Z what we talked about, and that's when it gets a little samey. Unlike, I would say, Death Stranding 2, where like that game, which the first game did a little bit, could easily fall into the routine and getting boring and oh, I have to deliver another package. But Death Stranding 2 did a good thing where it's like, hey, you're great. Here's a new thing to do. Here's a new location. Blah, blah, blah.
Constantly
like,
progressing,
progressing the whole time. Like it had a chance to do that, and it just feels like we were saying all over the place. The platforming levels are those challenge levels, and then these other levels are those, and then destructible here and all that. Here's a bonanza to just get around everything. It's just, it seemed all over the place, where Odyssey felt so focused, much more focused.
Yeah.
I still like the game, so don't get me wrong. I probably would give it a 7 now on retrospect, but I would like it's
pretty much where it's pretty much
7, 8. It's still a fun, great looking game on the Switch 2 that runs great. I don't think it's worth $80 now that I think about it, but it's good. It's fun.
Well, it's not $80. It was $70.
Oh, sorry. Was it $70?
I still don't know that it's worth a $70 buy-in, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's that's Donkey Kong Bonanza. Ian, you think you'll go back to it at all before end of the year discussions?
No, I mean, this conversation has made me realize I'd kind of already figured all that out in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Those were all the things I was feeling in that 2 hours where I was like, why is there platforming? This destruction is here. So the destruction's kind of ruining the platforming. There's fucking bananas everywhere. So it doesn't feel good anymore to necessarily find a banana because it doesn't feel like there's a challenge there. And just hearing you guys talk about it, I'm like, no, I don't feel the need to go back, honestly.
Yeah.
Again, I don't hate the game or anything, but it's just I think those flaws were so apparent to me and off-putting in the first 2 hours that I was just like, no, I can play other stuff, you know.
Yeah. If there was another game to play, I'd probably have dropped it, but it was like there and it was on the Switch 2.
The only Switch 2 game.
It was the only Switch 2 game. So it's like, might as well play. And it was, again, that destruction mechanic is just fun enough to care. Cool. And you can see it if you looked at my save where it's like the first 3 or 4 levels are like 100%. And then it's like 80%, 70%, 60%, 20, 10, 10.
Yeah.
It's just like, get me the fuck. It's just like, let me vacuum up all the dirt out of here.
Yeah. I do think this is not really to shit talk the game. I think it's more to shit talk the critical reception to it, which is the destruction in this game is awesome. It's cool. It's great they have this in here. But I don't think the game deserves as much praise as it's getting for the destruction. And the reason why I say that is slight tangent here, but again, it reminds me of Tears of the Kingdom, where Tears of the Kingdom is a good game, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of what makes it good was in Breath of the Wild. And the reason why Tears of the Kingdom hit so well is because a lot of the stuff that it did well hadn't been seen since Breath of the Wild because the rest of the industry had not caught up to Breath of the Wild by the time Tears of the Kingdom came out. So like the visual waypointing, you know, the physics system, etc. At that point, it was no longer new, but it felt novel because not enough of the industry was doing it. It's the same fucking thing with the Donkey Kong Bonanza destruction. Like that shit has been in the industry for decades now. One of my favorite games, Red Faction, had a destruction system like that. Like you could just fuck shit up like crazy. Like the tech is there. It's totally doable. There's just not enough games that are actually like implementing it and trying to make it work. For a lot of them, it's a much easier out to say like, no, that's just too much of a complication. We're just going to not make things destructible. So it's not necessarily to take away from Bonanza, but it's like they are implementing mechanic and getting a little bit too much credit for that mechanic when in reality that mechanic is totally fucking doable in a lot of fucking games. It's just those games have chosen not to do it. So just kind of a weird complication there, but basically to say like, yeah, it's great there's destruction in Bonanza, but let's not treat it like it's the coming of Jesus and it's the first time we've seen it. That shit's been there a while. It's a great implementation of it, but it's old tech.
It might be the best implementation of it. It was really good.
They've done it really well.
Yes.
Because like every other game that has that level of destruction, you're not doing it that way. It's just the destruction's a byproduct of what you're doing. Where I feel like Bonanza, it's the focus of what you're doing.
Yeah, but I just don't want it to be like people are acting like, like holy shit, this is like crazy technology that they're doing this, and it's like, no, not really. Like the tech to destroy level has been there for a while.
You're not wrong in that it's been there, but like the way they did it, I think is very the way they did it is just very new and very good. Like they have fucking like different types of soil, and depending on how you throw, like if you throw certain types, they explode things versus stick to things. You can build you can just fucking build a bridge basically.
I do wish it had
if you
physics,
want to in a bunch of areas,
but the Switch 2 would be on fire if it had physics.
Yeah, if it had physics and destroyable terrain, that would be much better.
Yeah, but yeah, I think different levels of all that stuff, explosions, everything. It coalesced in a way where it's like most of that stuff is usually cool tech demo blowing stuff up, but here's it focused and a lot more fun.
Yeah. A lot more games, we were just talking about Battlefield 6 and the destructibility in it and how we hope it's much better, because that tech needs to become fucking standard now, quite frankly, and the fact that it's not across the industry. Yeah, I just want more games to implement it, because every time a game implements it's fucking amazing, right? Red Faction, spin tires in the Mud Runner series, a lot of that is about terrain deformation and how your vehicle starts to alter the terrain as it's trying to drive through it. It's a killer mechanic. More games need to have destructibility.
Destructible terrain in Balatro, I think, would be fucking awesome. I don't know how it would be implemented, but it would be awesome.
I mean, think about how much of what makes Minecraft good is destructible terrain that you can go spelunking on your own and dig your own mine shafts and build your own little cave huts. It really is such a killer mechanic, and more games need to implement it. So it's not really shitting on Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's just like, hey, I don't want people to put destructibility in Donkey Kong Bonanza on a pedestal and say, oh, you have to be Nintendo level to make something that crazy. It's like, no, everybody should be fucking doing that in their games. We should be treating it like more games should be having destructible stuff, and not like, oh, only Nintendo could do it that well. I guess that's kind of my argument.
Yeah, I can see people adding it to games now that it's people know that it's worth doing it, at that extent.
Yeah.
Well, that's Bonanza. David, what other games you've been playing?
Just real quick, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound 2D action Ninja Gaiden game came out a couple weeks ago. Or not even a couple weeks ago, like a week ago. Expected this game to be good, and it's great, is pretty much where I'm at with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's made by the Game Kitchen, same people who did Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2, if you're familiar with those. And it's just incredibly smooth in terms of a 2D action game. The combat feels great. Most of the time, the platforming feels great, minus like 2 sections. It's just it feels like a Super Nintendo game done with 2025 sensibilities. And I mean that in literally the best way possible. I'm not a CRT filter person, but the CRT filter on this game is incredible, makes the game look incredible. It was clearly like developed with care to match the exact style that they were using and not done as an afterthought. It was very thoughtful in how they did it. It has like screen and corner warping and stuff too. It's a very good set.
Nice.
But it looks incredible. The art style looks incredible. It's told as like a story that's occurring while the NES Ninja Gaiden game is happening. So like Ryu goes off to America, I guess, in the original Ninja Gaiden game, and while Ryu's gone, like this is the story of the ninja Kenji back in the village that like Ryu was training, and you're going and fighting demons. It's very fun. It's also short, which I like. I think it's only gonna end up being like 6 hours. I'm almost at the end. I haven't quite finished it yet.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's just incredibly fun. Bosses are fun, frustrating at times, but the right level of frustrating for me at least. Lots of cool powers that you can use with different ways to approach fights based on what weapons you choose to bring into the fights, which is cool. There's a system. There's essentially a system where you get like hyper charges, and killing enemies that have like certain symbols on them will give you one of two types of hypercharges, and it ends up becoming, I wouldn't go so far as to say a rhythm game, but it has a rhythm to it of like, okay, I'm going to kill this enemy, get the hypercharge, use it on this enemy who will give me the other type of charge, and then use a different attack on this other one to kind of keep the chain going, because some of the enemies are like difficult to kill and take a ton of shots, other ones are like one shot kills, but if you hypercharge, other than bosses, it's a one shot on everything. So like trying to chain those together in a fluid way feels very good once you get it right. And it's just beautiful 2D action games, so if that interests you, give it a shot. You don't need Ninja Gaiden knowledge. I have not played a single Ninja Gaiden game, and I was still having a great time.
Nice. Yeah, this one, I've been seeing this one get a lot of positive buzz. So it sounds like if any of that is up your alley, definitely worth trying.
Yeah. If you watch the trailer and you're like, that looks cool, I want to play it, just do it. It plays like the trailer. Like, it's so good.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. How much is it?
I want to say like 20, 25.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, Carl recommended it in the Discord, and I thought it looked pretty.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was the Blasphemous people.
Yeah, I think if you bought it week 1, it was like 22 or something, but it's 25 now.
Okay, I'll put it on my wish list. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good Steam sale snag in like a year or two for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plays great on the Steam Deck too if you're a Steam Deck person.
That's dirty. That's so dirty. Ian Gibson, speaking of being dirty, you're so dirty. Let's do it again. Let's do it for
Let me get ahead of this. I'm gonna get ahead of this right out front. I do not have a train fetish. But that being said, I cannot stop fucking playing Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I am having so much fun building these little train lines. I mean, you can also build like airlines and shipping lines and have like bus lines. And I have been doing some tram lines, like street rail lines throughout the city. But I'm all about the trains, folks. I'm learning about block paths, signal paths. I've been reading. They're not like research articles, but they're like that level of
Are you doing your own research?
Investigation and writing. Well, it's people being
I'm sorry,
like,
Ian, before you got into this, did you say you weren't a train guy?
I'm not a train guy. That's the thing. I'm not a train guy.
I think you're wrong.
Well, I was reading this paper last night. Who this guy was like, "Hey, I made a self-aware train network in OpenTTD where instead of having to tell it which stops to go at, I set up the train line and the signals such that once it gets in the network, it will go to the next available stop that has passengers but not a train already going to it." And it like set up logic gates using the signals. And I was like, I was reading it and I was like, I understand this. I could do this. And I watched a 40-minute YouTube video last night about a guy who made a city called Chugtopia and had 1,000 citizens in it. And I was like, sweet. I was like, oh my God, his street grid makes so much sense. I'm into this. Can we do something fun real quick?
Nope.
I've been playing this game for the last 2 weeks. I have not looked at my hour count. Let's look at my hour count live. because I've done multiple full saves
4
here
hours.
over the last 2 weeks.
It's like,
That would be funny. I'm pulling it up right now. This game is free, folks, so you absolutely have to. I'm at 39.9 hours
Damn.
of playtime. This game is
Ian, you
really,
read
really good.
a paper about
Yes.
trains in this game. You are a train guy. Like
That's the funny thing is,
you are a train guy.
it's funny though, because I looked up like the best mod packs for this game, and there was one that was like, oh, this adds a bunch more trains, and I open it up and it's like, hey, do you want they're like historical American trains, they're like, do you want the Hog 424 or the Hog 444? And I'm like, I'm not a train guy, so I don't fucking understand what any of that means. I think I'm a logistics guy, which just so happens to involve trains, and not a train guy, because like I don't know the steam engines and all that.
I don't know that
this
that's
game's
better,
free.
but okay.
you should play.
It's
is
free.
it-
If you've ever liked Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's the same guy who made this game, and it's got the same look, and it feels just as good. And the mod scene is crazy. I downloaded a custom client today, which is the same code base as the game, but it has like more modern tools on it.
Oh no!
And like I'm going down the rabbit hole. It's so fucking good. This OpenTTD, folks, man. This is my game of the year. It's amazing. What game were you saying, Will?
Locomotion. I don't know if he made it before or after.
Is that the same designer?
Yeah, Chris Sawyer. I think it's just
Heard of that.
trains. I'm of course Googling
Chris Sawyer's
it.
Locomotion.
Yeah, I own that, but I've never played it. 2004, so it
I'm
must
gonna
have
look
been
at
after.
Yeah, actually, this UI looks very similar to.
Yeah, so I think it's just like.
Maybe I should try that. Yeah.
Oh, there's literally a post in r/OpenTTD. Has anyone here played Chris Sawyer's Locomotion? If so, what do you think? So
What do they say? I need the news. What do they say?
I grew up playing Locomotion before I discovered OpenTTD. The game's kind of the same thing with all the OpenTTD successors. Nice looks, but not much gameplay. Oof.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
fun.
stick with
Doesn't last as
OpenTTD
long as
then.
OpenTTD. I can go hours on OpenTTD, but Locomotion makes me feel unavailable. I'm just kidding. I made all that up. Looks like fun though.
That sounds right. Yeah, it's great. It's free. It's awesome.
Yeah, I might install
I'm like,
it.
I'm setting. It's. I don't want to say it's hard to get into. The game does not help you at all in terms of like setting up a like. How do you like? One of the first things I did was like set up bus stops and buses to go between them. The game does not fucking tell you how to do that at all. But you just watch like a 20-minute YouTube video. You look up and they're like, "Hey, here's how to basically play the game," and that's enough to get you started with the entire game. And then from there, it's like, you know, oh, my Paris station has 4 train tracks, but all the trains are getting stuck. So let me add another station. Oh shit, I'm not getting passengers from the center, so I need to set up my tram line to go around Paris and pick up passengers and take them to the station so they can get on the Paris train and then take that to London. And you're like micromanaging and macromanaging. It's a lot of fun. It's fantastic. The only other game I've been playing the past 2 weeks. Oh, I didn't even put it on here. I've been playing Call of Duty 2.
I saw that
yeah.
today. It's so good.
I got so much World War II on the brain. You know, I've been reading World War II books, watching documentaries, and watching movies, and I was like, I want to play some World War II, and Call of Duty 2 was the first one that popped in my head. I haven't played it in a while, so I'm a third of the way through. I just finished the Russian campaign, and it's still good.
Nice.
Do you guys remember the big thing that Call of Duty 2 added versus Call of Duty 1?
No.
Will may have it.
I don't actually.
It's the Saving Private Ryan, where when you shoot enemies, they will go down, but then sometimes they will pop back up with a pistol and try and shoot you from the ground. I hate it so much because it means 50% of the time when you shoot somebody and they go down, they're not actually down, and you have to like confirm your kill, and it kind of sucks. But other than that, the game's great. So I've been enjoying that, and I have been playing one other game. It's a mobile game. Well, this is a game that both you and I have played, and I'm back at it.
Oh, are you playing Konami Picross?
I am playing Konami Pixel Puzzle, the Picross game. It's been long enough. I'm 25% of the way through my next round. It's just a fucking great Picross game. When you're shitting, when you got some time, just pull out your phone, do a puzzle. It's great. It's so good. Fantastic.
When I
pick,
saw
Krosky.
this mobile game on the docket, I was like, oh no, did Uma Musume somehow get Ian
No.
Gibson?
I tried it. The game, can I
Just
can
couldn't
I say
come.
something real quick? That game is very, very polished, but the fact that the core gameplay is that you have like a 3-minute horse race, that fake horse race that you have to watch to see how your horse did, and you have to do that over and over again, is really fucking boring. Like everything else is outside of it I was okay with, and it's got a lot of production value. But then you have to sit there and watch a fake fucking horse race. It gets old very quickly. So I tried that game, but I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. OpenTTD. If we end it early, I can, screen share and I can show you guys my train networks.
As soon as we get off, I'm gonna
Shit.
go play Battlefield, so I'm good.
Yeah, as soon as we
That's
get
fair.
off,
That's
I'm getting
fair.
off. Call of Duty. I just want to say Call of Duty 2 was my technically my second Xbox 360 game, and I played the shit out of that. Also, where they first introduced Captain Price.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I guess I'm about to get to him because I'm
Yeah.
about to start.
It's not the
British
same
campaign.
character, but he's in it.
Isn't it his dad or something? Or
Yeah,
is
I
it
think
just the name?
canonically it's his
Yeah,
dad now, but
Dad or grandpa or something.
I remember being obsessed with him because I, for some reason, fucking love mutton chops, and he has a hot set of mutton chops.
A man with your
or
mustache loves mutton chops?
Yeah,
can't
right.
imagine.
Sorry, he doesn't have just mutton chops. He has a mutton stash. I need to be
that's
very
true.
clear on that. And I always thought he was cool. And then he popped up. I remember playing Call of Duty 4 and be like, "Holy fuck, this guy's back! The guy who I liked." And so I could play out all my romance fantasies again in higher fidelity. It's great. Speaking of great, folks, our new discussion topic, gentlemen, we are on the frontier of data collection here at Subpixel. We collect data. We take that data. We don't save it, but we collect it, and we keep it off-site in a warehouse on punch cards from the 1960s, because that is the future, folks. In the post-apocalypse, paper doesn't burn very much, so when the bombs fall, it'll be okay. We are starting a new discussion topic here, which is going through the Game of the Year games for the past 25 years, picking a random year. I went to random.org, and actually, no, I Googled random number between 2000 and 2024, and it gave me the year 2004. And I posted it, and David thought I picked it just for him. No, David, God picked it just for you. He's real, and he's in the room with us.
He would never
right
do me
now.
a favor.
He sent his son, and he picked 2004 for David's Game of the Year episode. That's perfect.
It, just those two.
Just those two things. It's incredible. So we are going to we got to discuss actually how this works, because this is the first time we're doing it. My basic thought is we each bring forward a game, and then we discuss and pick one of those three games to be the Game of the Year 2004 for Subpixel. And we write it down on some sort of complicated Excel sheet. I was also opening it up to the possibility of recording other things on the Excel sheet that we think might matter. If you want to compromise and be like, hey, it won't be my Game of the Year for 2004. It won't be the Game of the Year for 2004, but can we call it the best game with X or Y, or the game with the coolest level? That way we can all be happy at the end of the day.
I think we should do that by default. Like, there's a winner, but then the two runner-ups get special titles, like best blank of the year.
I like that. And then my other thing was, so you only have like one pick, obviously, but feel free. We can shout out other games, discuss other games, because there's so many video games out there. Like, if you just want to do a quick shout out to like, oh, this game also came out in 2004. It's not the Game of the Year, but I played a lot as a kid, XYZ. And then that's mostly it. The other thing we were talking about briefly in Discord, but we didn't discuss it fully, is, and this is what made me think of it. So maybe if I provide the scenario, it'll tell you where my head's at. GTA San Andreas came out in 2004, and I said, oh, GTA San Andreas, that's a great game, but it's not as good as GTA 5. If I were to play a GTA game, I would play 5. I wouldn't go back to San Andreas, so I wouldn't make it a Game of the Year in 2004. I'm not saying that you wouldn't, but it's one of those situations where if a game only came out in 2004 and it's unrelated to other games, like, you'd be more.
I mean, I get
apt
what you're
to
saying, but
pick
if
it,
if I could recontextualize it, it's not. The option is basically we say, hey, as of December 31st, 2004, would this have been game of the year? Or are we looking at it in terms of like, hey, this game was not that popular, not that well known, but it turns out in retrospect it was very important because of X, Y, Z, etc. And I think it's better because the goal here is to do the last game of the year for the last 25 years. Not one, but each of the last 25 years has a game of the year. I think in that context, we should look at it in hindsight. So the whole thing is in hindsight. You know, there may be a game there that wasn't that popular in 2004, but since then has really held up well. You know, like, I'm not saying we're going to do this, but if somebody wanted to be like, you know what, No Man's Sky is the best game of that year. It came out really poorly when it came out, but they've done such a great job turning it around that they deserve it.
Or like
that's
Cyberpunk.
That's the hindsight argument. Yeah, I think we should allow it's over the course of time, so it's not just a 2004 context. It is a total context up to now.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I meant with like the San Andreas and stuff. Like, because even playing GTA 4 right now, I'm like, when GTA 4 came out, there's be so much stuff to do in an open world game. But now playing an open world game now from 2008, you're just like, I just want to do mission and do the missions. Like, I don't need to drive around and take the subway and go get my hair cut and like all this stuff that was so novel back then is like, just bring me to the next mission, please.
Yeah. I think Test of Time does play a factor in,
okay, cool.
How well has it stood up.
I'm into that. Okay, 2004, we're back. I mean, we're not back, but we're mentally back in 2004. The Towers, 3 years ago, we lost them. So that's still very fresh in our minds. So just...
The Towers are not back, but we are.
We are. And the commercials, still extremely patriotic. So...
Yeah, very, very.
I should, for the future episodes of this, I will look up things that happened in the year 2004. Hurricane Katrina? No, that's 2006. What else happened in 2004?
Was that the Freedom Fries year? Or was that? No, Hurricane Katrina wasn't.
Oh, no, I think 2 or 3 was Freedom Fries because it was in the lead up to Iraq, and Iraq was 2003.
Do you know who won the? Oh, Super Bowl halftime show.
Janet Jackson?
Wardrobe malfunction. Damn.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, I'll pop back in with some of these. Who wants to go first? Who wants to talk about games? Who wants to nominate their game? What do you got? Who wants to go?
David, I know you're excited, and you're the expert on this era of video games.
I know exactly what David's is. I scrolled through a list of the best games, and I went, oh, that could be David's. That could... Nope, that one's David's. And then I sent that message in Discord, so I know exactly what it is.
Now, before I get into what my actual choice is, I would like to say, and the reason I was like, Will, did you pick this specific year for me? Was because I've done one video essay my entire life for Save Data. The video essay was when was the golden age of gaming? And I picked the era of like 2001 to 2005. So
nice.
picking a thing in there was like, that's my fucking ballpark right there. Link in the description. You're welcome, Will. Put it right there. Put it down there. It's the only thing I've ever made.
I'll put it right
there. Now, if I were a sane man, and I'm not, if I were a sane man, the choice is World of Warcraft here. Came out in 2004. We're talking like with hindsight, it's definitely definitely the most influential game that came out this year, regardless of anything else on. Had the biggest impact and was great at launch. Yeah. It's fair. However, I'm not a sane man, so my pick is not. Instead, it's Tales of Symphonia. No. Now, I know neither of you have played this game. I know neither of you have played Tales of Symphonia, and it's not going to be chosen as Subpixel's Game of the Year for 2004.
It might.
However, you still haven't played it, despite how much I bug you about it. Tales of Symphonia is not just my favorite game from 2004. It is my favorite game, period. All time. I have replayed this game in the 20 years since it came out. I've replayed it almost annually. I've probably beaten it like 18 times at this point. I love this game. It came out originally for the GameCube. It was an action JRPG. First time we really got one of those in the West. That was good. It ran at 60 FPS on the GameCube. Fantastic.
Oh,
Even
hell
by
yeah.
modern day standards, people still prefer the GameCube version of this game because all of the later ones ran at 30, including the PS2
Wild.
and PS3 versions of this game. All ran at
Really?
30.
Sorry, just real quick break in. Will and I were talking earlier. I'm going to Japan again in a couple weeks, and we were talking about what I should buy. I should get a GameCube.
Ooh.
Never had a GameCube. I should get a GameCube if I can find one cheap, and then I can play Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah,
I will
if
play
you see a teal green Tales of Symphonia GameCube, I will give you cash money.
There's
for that,
a teal.
by the
There's
way.
a teal green one. I'll look for it.
It's like
No
a
joke.
powder green, teal green type of thing.
And I'll give
Tales
you
of
more
Symphonia
money to
GameCube.
smash it in front of David.
No, really.
Well, it costs like
I'll
$400 or
look for it.
$500.
For sure.
So I'll give you
if you see one of those, get it. I'll pay you whatever it costs and whatever shipping costs.
Did you know there's a matching Game Boy adapter for it as well in the same color?
Yes. Yeah,
That looks
it
cool.
comes in the box with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's such a good color.
And the controller
great.
too. Yeah.
I'll
It's
look
great. It's great. If you see one, grab it. I will buy that off you real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the GameCube. Yeah,
I
it
have
comes with
2
matching
GameCubes
everything.
over here. They're just over here,
Sicko.
and it's plugged into a CRT. Because at a moment's notice, guys,
sorry, I didn't mean for the
might need to be
tangent.
playing the GameCube.
We'll put Tales of Symphonia in and play it right now.
It's on there. It's on an SD card in there.
I am super excited to
Play
hear this about this game, David, because there is part of me that's like, I'm kind of in the mood for a JRPG, and this could be it. So sell me on it.
Many of the reasons it's some of my favorite game of all time. For the era, it does somewhat tackle some like even problems that we're dealing with today, stuff that is like persistent throughout all of the human experience in terms of like discrimination and how we deal with that. It deals with I'm going to spoil a little bit for you, Ian, but it's not anything like too consequential. But the main thrust of the game is that essentially you are in one world called Silverant. You're doing this thing, going through this like chosen one's journey to like save the world, and you discover at some point that your world is in this kind of hourglass situation with another world, and whichever one is prospering, the other one is failing, essentially. And so there's the like moral tie-ins of like, is it moral to save your world if it is going to cost the lives of like millions in another world, just by virtue of how those are attached? A lot of the ways in which those worlds got that way, a bunch of racism is involved and is tackled in like some interesting and cool ways that I do not expect from Japan, especially in the year 2004, to be handling. And that stuff's all cool. The combat is, for the era, great. I don't know if it ages perfectly, but for the era, it's a 3D action RPG combat system. It kind of has like also 2D planes involved with how you move. But it's very fun, has a great system for that, great like weapon upgrade system and okay crafting system. One of the reasons I love it and continue to replay it is that while it is a very linear story, the beats of the story can change depending on the order in which you do things and discover stuff in the world. And they give you the tools to do that on extra playthroughs. As you play through the game, you earn this currency called grade. And if you're only going to play through it once, you can spend the grade for materials. But if you hang on to that grade, when you go to New Game Plus, it lets you unlock a bunch of modifiers for the game that you can use on Plus. Some of them are detrimental, like you can say like, oh, I'm going to play the game at half experience just to challenge myself more to get a particular like achievement or title, as they call them. But there's other ones that give you extra XP. You can get like 2 times XP. You can get XP that's based on the combo, the like limit of the combo you got during the battle, which is the best one. So if you want to play it, do that one. on your New Game Plus. But like getting that extra XP lets you take different routes and like go in a different way where normally there'd be things like 20 levels higher than you. You're actually like up to their level and can take a different route and have a different story interaction. And there's also like straight up just different characters live and die depending on like choices and whether you go meet certain characters at different points, and they are completely different, not completely different characters, but the choices they make are completely different. Still feed into the same overall narrative, but it's just cool the different twists that they clearly had in the writer's room, and they were like, well, what if we just put all of these in here and just make them kind of like Easter egg things that depending on how you do it. So I really love that. I love just like the way they tackle some characters. The voice acting in this game is fucking incredible for 2004 too. They have the main characters voiced by Robin from Teen Titans.
Oh hell yeah,
Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, incredible voice acting of him, and really all the voices are great in this one too. And I absolutely fucking love this game. I replay it all the time. Don't try to 100% it though. That sucks. I don't recommend doing it.
Have you done all 18 of your runs on the same save? Or what's the most you've done on a save?
I've done them all over the place. In terms of like new game plus, probably like six or something.
That's still pretty impressive.
On the original GameCube version. But yeah, I've played the GameCube version, the PS3 version, the Steam version, and the recent remaster on PlayStation 4. So I've played all of those. I haven't played the PS2 one because that was Japan only, but
is the recent remaster, it's not 60, you said?
Nope, it's based on the PS3 version.
Damn.
Unfortunately, everyone was mad about that, including myself. So it's if you want the definitive
the
one,
way to go.
Play the game.
Does it
one.
emulate well?
The definitive experience. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because maybe I'll play it on my. Well, I could hook it up to my bigger CRT. Maybe I will play it on GameCube.
Or just put it on your Steam Deck. Yeah.
Yeah, or I can put it on my Steam Deck.
But it's a beautiful game. There's so many optional things, and they are truly optional. Like they're really just flavor for the world. It's very cool. I love it so much. It's so
heck great. Yeah. 2004 Game of the Year nominee, Tales of Symphonia. Excited to have you here. Excited to be here with you. Ian Gibson, what do you got for me?
It was so interesting. Will, you were kind enough to send us a list from Wikipedia of games from 2004. It was like top selling games, top critically reception games, crazy list. And what a banger year. Like going through it, I was like, oh, that's game of the year. Oh no, wait, that's game of the year. Oh no, wait, that's game of the year, etc. There's so many great contestants here. But there was one game that struck me, not just because it's a great game, but also because it has reverberated throughout the industry all the way through to today. And of course, I'm talking about November 16th, 2004, Half-Life 2. Let's start with the game itself, right? So the game itself is just an incredible sequel. Like Half-Life 1, incredible cinematic FPS, kind of broke the mold on storytelling with FPS games. It's hard to follow that up, but just think about Half-Life 2 and how many swings they took and how many different things they added and implemented and somehow made an even better game. Just think about the storytelling and the world building, right? Just right off the front. You know what I'm going to say? Pick up the can, right? Like fucking crazy, crazy storytelling moment that you're like, wait a minute, where am I? What is this City 17? What do you mean I've been asleep for years? And what are these weird guys? And they're telling me to pick up a can, and abusing me and other citizens. Just crazy stuff like that. That City 17, aesthetic, like that's fucking Skibbity Toilet, right? Like it's such a weird aesthetic that it is pervaded until today. Innovative gameplay, like it's easy to forget, but Half-Life 2 was, we've talked before about how when they make a Half-Life game or when Valve tries to make a first party game, they try and focus on something new, some new mechanic or tech, and kind of link it to that. And with Half-Life 2, it was physics and it was lighting. They did some incredible things with physics. Like we take it for granted now. things rolling around the level or flying around in a believable manner. But that really wasn't the case in a lot of games. And for Half-Life 2, just think about the gravity gun. Just think about, a grenade going off and crates flying everywhere. You'd shoot the gas canisters and they take off. Crazy implementation. The lighting is not just really good, but they used it for really good emotional effect. So think about, I believe the level's called Ravenwood. It's like chapter 7 or whatever. Rivenholm. It turns that into a horror game because they're like, hey, guess what? You don't have a lot of your weapons. You're low on ammo. There's scary head crabs going around, and there's just fucking street lights. Barely any street lights on. Terrifying game. Just completely changed the tone of that game with their lighting and level design. So it's a fantastic sequel, right? It's a fantastic game. That is enough for it to be game of the year. But we're forgetting about two big fucking industry-wide things that happened with this game. Number one, Half-Life 2 was the launch of the Source engine. Think about the fucking Source engine. How pivotal that engine was, because they also delivered open dev tools with it. And that engine became the basis of, Counter-Strike Source, Team Fortress 2, Day of Defeat Source, Left 4 Dead, Gary's Mod, which is still fucking popular today, and that's why we've got fucking Skibbity Toilet around the place. That engine is still in use today with Apex Legends, which runs on a heavily modified version of the original Source engine from 2004. So they also delivered this engine and tools that propagated throughout the industry and basically made all these other games possible and easier to make. The other big thing, Half-Life 2 was the first high-profile game to be released on Steam. And I believe it was also the first game that you could pre-purchase and preload and pre-install, but not play until release day on Steam. Steam came out in 2003. They hadn't really had many big games before then. They hadn't been pushing it too much, but Half-Life 2 really felt like the launch of Steam in a way, because they said, hey, you can buy physical or you can just pay for it right now. Go ahead and install it and you'll be able to play it at midnight. Think about how fucking big Steam is nowadays. Think about how much that has introduced the digital marketplace across all these platforms. And it was popular because of Half-Life 2 helping to launch that platform. Mm-hmm. So that's why 2004 has so many incredible games, but no matter how you look at game of the year, where it's like, hey, is it the best game? Is it the most influential game? Is it the game that has withstood the test of time? Is it the game that's changed the industry the most? For me, it's hard to pick anything except for Half-Life 2.
Wow. That's pretty convincing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What shitty game did you pick, Will?
I wrote a list.
We got two banger games here.
I wrote a list of a lot of video games here. 2004 is a banger year. I did see Half-Life 2, and I went, holy shit. World of Warcraft, I think, is the right answer. It's not my pick.
Very influential.
But very influential. Yeah. Fantastic video game.
We're all like, World of Warcraft is objectively the correct answer, but we're going to pick something else.
Also, shout out. I went through a long list.
Honestly, I don't mean to shit on World of Warcraft, but I know World of Warcraft was very popular, but a lot of people act like World of Warcraft was the first MMO, and that's just flat out not fucking correct. Like, it did a great job to popularize it, and it made the genre better.
Oh yeah, no, it was
but
the
it's
first
not the first MMO.
Yeah,
like people got to stop saying that. Like, there was EverQuest, there's Dark Age of Camelot. There's so much shit before that constantly gets shoved aside to say like, oh wow, it started MMOs. That's not true. So WoW's a great game for 2004.
It brought them to it brought MMOs to the forefront. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But again, it's the case of somebody doing everything right. And
yes,
and making it a incredible game. Other video games that are. Oh, I lost Ian. Did you kill yourself?
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah, you guys were just so far behind. I had to refresh my camera. I was hoping to do it quietly so the listeners wouldn't have to,
it's okay.
hear anything about
only
it.
Only because I've noticed I get your guys' video first and then I get your audio, which is a situation is weird to be in.
Yeah,
because
it's weird.
Something's messed up, but I don't feel like fixing it. So there's a slight delay between us, but I apologize. Games I have been, I wrote down a bunch of games because I went through a long list to shout out, like Fable and Halo 2, MGS3, this is just to also show how banger of a year 2004 was did I say KOTOR 2,
Yeah.
Pikmin 2, Escape from Butcher Bay, Fire Red, Pokemon Fire Red. Hell yeah. David had us
Battlefield
confirm
Vietnam. We were talking Battlefield. Earlier.
Vietnam. David had us
Hang on.
confirm.
Star Wars Battlefront as well was on my list.
Oh, really?
Oh.
David had us confirm that we were doing U.S. release dates, so I couldn't choose Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King, which is an incredible video game that I love. Which is why
I had to ask, because if we weren't using U.S. release dates, then Tales of Symphonia was a 2003 video.
I did see that. I checked it. Yeah, I saw that.
So my choice is, of course, the game that I still play to this day, that I have played with Ian a lot, and that Ian and I have decided is probably the best one of these games. And that is, of course, Star Wars Battlefront.
Factorio?
It is. Oh, yeah. it is a perfect video game. It is the quintessential Star Wars game. Everything feels good in it. And to today, it still feels good. I try to go back to Battlefront 2, and something about it being on 16:9 screens and all that stuff does not feel good.
Good.
Star Wars Battlefront 1 still feels fucking awesome. And I've probably thousands of hours in it. I
also think it deserves a shout out for this. This was more popular historically, but nowadays it doesn't happen as often, which is having a multiplayer focused game that lets you use bots, and that it's totally okay to use bots, and that it's fun to play against bots, because you don't want bots to feel like humans. You want to kind of go on a slaughter, right? You want a little bit of challenge, but you want to feel like bowling in a way where you're just knocking them down. And it feels like the bots in Battlefront, not just the fact that it has bots, but I don't want to play against humans. Like when Will and I play, we're on the same team and we're just mowing through the bots. Like it's very therapeutic in a way. And that's something that a lot of shooters used to have, but didn't implement too well. And that shooters nowadays have really gotten away from. I want more bots, especially the ability to say bot only mode. Let me shoot some AI. I think the AI nowadays more than ever need to be shot, right? Just put them against the wall.
Would you say you want to shoot the Clankers? Is that what
whoa.
Yeah.
I had to pull this podcast.
Oh, that's Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1 doesn't have prequels.
It's good. It's a fun game. I still play it today. People were complaining about those remasters where the online was broken. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I play offline against bots. The game's great. Like, I get to fight in all these awesome locations. The only thing is missing that is better in 2 is space battles. Space battles are awesome. 1 has spaceships and stuff, but you fly them in the air above the battlefield, and it's just like not enough room and doesn't feel good. But yeah,
they feel like they go way too fast, and you're just like
into the wall. Yeah,
and you like bounce off, and then you hit A to land, and you hit the ground and explode. Super fun. And maybe the hero system, but honestly, not having the hero system is kind of almost more fun in a sense. So
the hero system was always kind of weird to me, because
I liked it.
I like it. I just think not having it means you're not like you can't just like grab the hero and do huge amounts of damage. It just felt like you were a grunt and doing stuff and like getting through like a Star Wars battle with. It was kind of that era where you're like, and it still is that to some extent, where like everyone's a Jedi. Here's another Jedi thing. Here's another Jedi thing. It's like, oh, I get to be Stormtrooper or Rebel, and fight. Okay, those are our three.
Did one have Galactic Conquest, or was that only in 2?
Yes, one had Galactic Conquest, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't like the 2 has that 501st campaign, which is a more put together thing. Yeah, Galactic. Speaking of 4X games, Galactic Conquest. Yeah, it's just that like pretty sort of not really 4X mode, but in the sense of you're going around the galaxy map, taking over specific planets for power ups.
You're making strategic choices to do things and do battles.
It's essentially Hearts of Iron 4.
I fucking love that mode, man.
It's still
spent hundreds of hours playing Galactic Conquest in basements on CRTs. It was great.
Yep. So good. Those are our 3 games. We've got Star Wars Battlefront, obvious winner, Half-Life 2, and Tales of Symphonia. Going up for Game of the Year 2004. I don't know. Is there a consensus here? Has anyone been swayed?
I mean, listen. I know neither of you are going to pick Tales of Symphonia, so I feel like I'm in a power position here.
Yeah.
I accept neither of you have played this game, and it is not going to be voted for.
I will play it. I give you that promise.
I also will play it.
Okay.
I just have to say, David, before you take a side, unless you're taking my side, in which please God stop me. I am convinced you with his Half-Life 2 argument, especially in retrospect with the Source Engine and Steam, but also Half-Life 2 is a banger of a video game.
Here's the thing with the Steam.
It still holds
Steam
up.
already existed. Half-Life 2 was just like, here's a reason to use it.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving too much to Steam from what Ian was talking about.
Neither is Raz.
When it comes to the Source Engine, I did have a question. Did the tools come with the game, or were those like a separate thing or a later thing?
I believe so my understanding, and from what I remember, is that in Steam there's Half-Life 2, but then there was also like, do you want to download the Half-Life 2 SDK? Do you want to download the Hammer engine, the Hammer tool, all that stuff? So it was literally just a free additional download within Steam that you could get, and it's still like that
not
today.
Part of Half-Life 2, then,
I would say it is because they built the Source Engine for Half-Life 2 basically, and then it. So that's why I'm kind of bundling it together. It's one of the things where it's like, if Half-Life 2 never came out, I don't think the Source Engine would have come out.
Did they? Is that true? I thought Source was a CS thing first.
No, because Counter-Strike Source came out. They basically they worked on the Source Engine for Half-Life 2, and then during Half-Life 2 development, they were also developing like Day of Defeat Source and other stuff. But basically, that engine got built for Half-Life 2.
Counter-Strike Source came out 15 days before Half-Life 2. But I still agree with you, Ian.
But my argument is still like, they built that engine for Half-Life 2.
I'll just be pedantic.
Yeah. It's wild. That's because that's the crazy thing, is that like, I'll fully admit this. Like, when I look at the list of games from 2004, I was gravitating towards Halo 2 because I was like, I'd love to pick up Halo 2 and play that again. I love that game. Same with Battlefront, etc. But in my mind, the benefit of retrospect and the benefit of hindsight is being like, okay, which of these games actually made the biggest positive impact? It was not only a great game, but also like introduced change. And that's kind of a personal take on Game of the Year and how I interpret it. And that's why for me, it's like looking at Half-Life 2, it's like, yeah, it's a great game, but also, holy shit, all this other stuff would not have existed as it was, or would have taken years longer, or would be very different if it was not for Half-Life 2 and the Source Engine and Steam becoming such a popular platform, etc.
I can see it.
Fair.
It's pretty fair.
My heart wants to say Battlefront, but my mind says it's probably Half-Life 2, even though I've never actually played Half-Life 2.
Oh wow, you should play Half-Life 2.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to replay it.
It's on
it
my wall of shame.
I mean, definitely before 3 comes out.
I haven't played that.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got decades for that.
So I think the good news is, if we're gonna pick Half-Life 2, I think, and this kind of goes back to format, I think for you guys, each of you should then be able to come up with your own superlative. So Star Wars Battlefront is the best blank of the year, and you can get as crazy or weird with it as you want, and the same for Tales of Symphonia.
I mean,
I think the submitter gets to choose their own superlative in a way.
I'm perfectly fine with second best game of the year.
Whoa.
No, that's tough.
Whoa. Unless we can have 2 second best game of the year, because that's also funny.
God, I mean, his best multiplayer is too simple.
I was trying to think of like, what's the best like chill in game of the year? Like, how do we say that?
Best basement CRT game.
I was gonna say basically that.
That's perfect.
Best basement CRT game with your friends. because I think the multiplayer aspects are important. Yeah. Or best friends basement. That's good. Friends basement.
Yeah, there we go. I was trying to think of how to word it.
Yeah, friends basement.
Yeah, so best friends basement game of 2004.
CRT game. That's important. Gotta be a CRT.
Yeah.
Ian's gonna convert this magically into a spreadsheet once we're done with this.
David, what's the superlative for Tales of Symphonia?
That's a great question.
Best game you've not. I was trying to think of something like best like play this fucking game, because it is a bit of under the radar. So
best Tales
just
game.
No
of
best. Just go play this now.
Best go play this fucking game of 2004.
Or play this game now.
Yeah, like in quotes, quote, play this game now, end quote.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Play.
David will come to your house if you don't play this now.
The only problem I'm having right now is that of all the like handheld retro consoles I have, none of them can handle GameCube. Otherwise, I would totally be playing this on my upcoming flights. Yeah. But
do you not have a Steam Deck? I figured you'd have a Steam Deck.
No, I the Steam Deck is a little bit too underpowered for me to justify paying for it, especially when I don't travel that much. So I'm waiting for Steam Deck 2. I think Steam Deck 2, I'll pull the trigger.
That's fair.
Oh, sorry. You don't want that ROG Xbox? Is it ROG? What's the Xbox thing?
That thing is going to be
Xbox ROG Ally X.
Yeah, that thing's going to be so fucking powerful, but also the rumored price is $1,000, and that's too much. That's way too much.
That's like $1,000 more than I wanted to pay for.
A lot of moolah. It's a lot of moolah.
I want to.
It's going to be very powerful though, but that's too much money.
Very powerful. Oh, a shout out to Campfire Night in the chat. He said hello. They said hello.
What up?
That's it. There's no news this week, right? Video games aren't happening anymore. They canceled them.
There's no news worth talking about. Yeah.
Okay. That means we can get the hell out of here.
Some of it that I can't talk about.
Oh yes, sorry. I was thinking this wishlist spotlight was your YouTube video, but David, you have a wishlist spotlight you want to talk about?
I was thinking I'm going to PAX in a couple weeks, and I remembered a game I played at PAX that felt like the most sub-pixel-ass video game I've ever played, maybe. It is a mecha tactics game called Kriegsfront Tactics. That's in the PS1 art style. It has the vertex jiggles and everything. And it's like a procedural strategy mech game that was very fun. I enjoyed played of it at PAX. There's a demo on Steam. This seemed like up your alley, so I thought I would float that.
Thank you.
Direction.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. I must have seen this at some point and drooled because it does look very good.
The front, this first video on the Steam page has an interview with the front mission creator, and I can't tell if he's part of it.
Oh,
no. It starts with "Hello everyone," so maybe he's part of it. That'd be pretty sweet.
Maybe, but I don't actually know. I know Toge Productions is publishing it.
Yeah, I just looked at their stuff. They're also listed as the developer.
This looks awesome. There's a demo out currently. So
I did say that, but yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I missed that while I was trying to read quickly.
But no, there's like a cool demo. Ian, right up your alley. There is like destructible terrain sort of in the environment that like provides cover until you like destroy it. I don't know if there's trains.
Can you run trains?
You can destroy like religious temples. I'm sure that's up your alley.
Oh,
actually, yeah.
He loves doing that.
Love it.
It's like his favorite thing.
They've got a whole like cover and like obfuscation system with like trees and buildings and stuff. That was pretty cool. And you can like target individual parts on the robots. So it was a cool fucking game. I highly recommend.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. And shout out to Campfire Night's Game of the Year for 2004 is Metroid Prime 2. Can we make sure to put that in the spreadsheet as well, please?
Oh, what a banger. If you remember 2020...
Some would say it's the golden age of games, you know?
Was it 2024?
I don't think anyone...
Was it 2024 or 2023 2003 that people were saying was like the best year in gaming, and everybody was saying like, no, it's like 98 or something. Why wasn't 2004 in that discussion? Like, that's a banger year in video games.
Wow, 2001 to 2005, I think, was my years in the video.
It's like the years that SNL was good is when you were watching it. It's just the years video games were good. The
towers fell and people were happy.
People were happy. Speaking of being happy, let's get the fuck out of here. It's been an hour and 49 minutes with you fuckers. Disgusting. Ugh. Let me hit the outro button, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I've been your host, Will Crosby. That's been Ian Gibson. That has been David from Save Data. David, where can people find you and the things that you do?
You can find me over on youtube.com/SaveDataTeam, Save Data Team on Twitch as well. That's all I really do stuff on. I'm going to PAX in a couple weeks, and I'll probably be forced to make a video about all the stuff I saw at PAX in order to justify my media badge. So look out for that.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
We will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, with hopefully the finale of Resident Evil 5, which will be super fun. Beat up Wesker at a volcano, I'm pretty sure, is where we fight him. And the only thing I remember about that game, other than the crocodiles, is he throws his sunglasses at you. So that's going to be fun. We'll see y'all there. See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.